Welcome back to our how-to series in scripting a heist script for QBCore and ESX. Right, first things first, as always, I'd like to say thank you for everyone's interactions on my videos. I truly appreciate it, and I do hope you keep enjoying them. Right, as we discussed the last time, our episode objectives is working on stage 3 interactions, the safe interaction, computer interaction, and I guess some stage completion requirements, that being, have you completed stage 0.5, have you completed stage 1, have you completed stage 2 as the heister, right? And that would be it for our heist script, right? But what I want to do today is pretty simple, right? I believe ID gun. Oh yeah. Then what I want to do is pretty simple. I believe 4 is my gun. I think I want these boxes. Prop rub box pile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab his code and just make it really tiny. And let's go. Yeah, in the script plan, why not? Just get that done. Okay, so maybe let's do boxes. Right. We'll have a vector 3. Heading doesn't matter, and a hash. Right, so our vector 3 would be negative 659.1595 and negative 8. We don't need the vectors. We only need the hash because we're gonna have an interaction on it, like a third eye interaction. So we only need the hash, which is prop underscore rub underscore box file underscore 08. Right, and that box is 09. That's pretty neat. So maybe what we can do is that and box pile 7. Yeah, because this is 9, 8, and 7. Okay, as you can see, there's no hash for the computer, but there is for the printer. And also none for the safe, probably because they are part of the MLO and not a GTA prop. I'm not sure how to explain it. So what we can do is stand right on the computer and then do vector 3 as a command, and that'll copy the vector 3 to our clipboard. So for the computer, we'll have a vector, and we will do the same for the safe. Right. Now for our Z component or Z component, I'll just subtract 1 because I believe I'll subtract 1 just so we lower it. And I believe 0.5 is up to half the body of a person. I'm not sure. So we'll see, we'll test that out. It will be an extremely small sphere, or maybe it'll be a box zone, right? So maybe what we do is get up onto the table. Thank you. Right, and then I'm going to look straight into the wall. And I'm going to do vector 4. Right. I'm only going to do one vector 4 so that I can grab the heading. And then we'll duplicate the heading for the safe and create a box zone for each. Right. That way we can interact with it. Because we'll have to create a distance check anyway if we don't use a box zone, is what I was trying to say. Right, so let's do ensure in_dh for the den heist. And we do have an error to start off with. Client main 195. So let's see what's up with that. 195 with door dot coordinates. I think we copied the box zone and never updated from the config, right? So what I'm thinking is okay. I'm gonna copy that. Too much copy, but it's fine. What I'm going to do is c dot doors and paste. So for door 1, we want the entrance's coordinates, right? So I don't know why that is open instead of my config. Anyway, so we'll have entrance and the vector 3. What I'm thinking is while we are here, because we are doing box zones, right? I am thinking 359. Maybe we add the heading as well. So instead of a vector 3, we change it to a vector 4. And we add the heading 359.8934. So 4 significant figures. That should be perfectly fine. And we'll duplicate the heading for our whatchamacallit, office door, because they are supposed to be parallel. That should be fine. And then wherever we use coordinates, let us make sure that rotation. Okay, we'll have to finesse this a little bit. We'll have to do curly brackets, and we'll have to do .x, .y, and .z, and actually copy it with the curly brackets and paste it over here in coordinates. Instead of entrance, we do office. What did we name it? Yeah, just office. We'll copy that over and just paste it in there. For rotation, I'm really tempted to do that because W is our 4th entry in a vector 4. So it should be the heading of it. So let's test it, right? Debug will be true. I guess we can do here is c dot enable debug, right? So then whenever enable debug is true, it'll have a debug in the box zone. So what we can do now is just restart the script There we go. Okay, so the rotation is perfectly fine. The location, however, to me is a bit of an issue, only because we can't physically be in it yet, and the center of it is at the base of the door. As you can see, it's like in the corner over there. Let me just zoom in over there. Right, it is right there, which is on the hinge of the door, which kind of makes sense. Plus, our pet never spawned, which is weird to me. So there might be something that's a bit kooky. And it could be the box zones. I'm not entirely sure. Or some of these things have not been updated. And that's why some of the things in here are a bit whack. Orgs.current door name. Yeah. Okay, so that'll take some debugging, I'll be honest. It could be here, because there's no corridor name, only a door name and a door hash, so small d. Yeah, just replace that with a small d and that a small d. So door name, door hash, that could be part of the issue. So when we save that and restart the script, you see, right, so small errors like that could cause your script to not function properly. And as you saw, there was absolutely no error messages. So just make sure whenever you alter, whenever you alter anything that takes variables, make sure you fix them wherever you use them, right? That is extremely important. The safest thing, I guess, would be, in the case that we did this, right, remember I changed that, is to just duplicate it and then you comment that out. And let's say you wanted to change the door name to say actual corridor name. What we'll do is we'll control F on door name so that we find all of the instances of it, and we'll copy the new one and just replace all of them, right? And it'll replace your, well, you don't have to, you could just go through them, like over here we could replace it and it'll automatically go to the next instance. So that is one thing you could do, which I would recommend. But yeah, just take real good care when you do change variable name, especially in your config, like I have done. So there'll probably be future issues that I'll have to fix regarding that, but it doesn't matter, right? Does not matter. Okay, now that we have all of that sorted out, let's see. We don't get a notification that we entered that zone, so what we'll do is head into where we create our zones and just increase the size, right? Right now it is 1, 1, and 1 in each direction. So X, Y, Z, maybe make that 2 and see how that affects it. Okay. Right, as soon as we entered, we caused an error. Attempt to index a null value, client main 112. That would be here. Okay. Yeah, so what we'll have to do to figure out exactly what caused the issue is to separate these for the time being. And I believe the issue is over here, right? I would probably have to feed it the door's name, which would be, where is it? Entrance. So without checking anything, I could literally just do this, and I could show you that the issue would come in at door hash, because that is probably what caused it. As soon as we enter, stop iron underscore DH. And ID gun we can close. We don't need that anymore. Let's start our script again. So unlock door is showing basically all of the time. And that could be because, you know what, I want to try something. If I do that, it still shows it, right? Let's stop it and take away the question marks. That is something I'll explain at a later stage. It's just I don't completely understand it yet, and I like to be concise in my wording when I do explain it. Therefore, I would rather hold off on that. So on the current door name, let's go to doors. It would have to be whatever's in there. Yeah. Let's just do name. Door name. Have it as a string. And I guess now we can do that because we have the name, and I just can't quite recall how to access the data types entirely. So, right, these hashes were the same, which might also lead to some errors. So now that that's fixed, what I can do here is now do dot entrance dot door name. Let me just copy that. Get the square brackets dot entrance dot entrance, and let's also update door 2, door 1, door 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that out. And you know what? I don't have to. We do dot dh underscore office. Get that with a full stop. Doors. There we go. Doors.office.minigame. That should be way better. Ensuring it. I just don't know why it's showing the unlocked door the entire time. So only when inside should it show the thingy. On enter it shows. We do need an on exit so that we can hide it too. So let's do that. Let's have a comma. On exit is equal to on exit door. What did I copy here? Okay, let's have that there. Copy that out, paste it in there. Cut that. Have inside door on enter, correct time. So we'll have a function on exit door. We'll have self as an input. And that should be that. So on exit, we will just hide text UI. So once we stop the script and ensure it. So on enter, it should show. On exit, it should hide it. Let's just enter there and exit there, because I think the zones are still too small. So let's fix that. There is no offset though, but what we can do, we could do +1 and +1 to see what the x coordinates do. Maybe that changed something. It did. For sure it did. So instead of a full 1, we do 0.5. 0.5. That is why the debugging is so important. Right, our y offset, let's also add 0.5 in our y direction. And that should actually... That is not what I intended to do. I meant the z direction, not the y direction. In the z direction. So in doing that, that is our box zone. So if we do get closer to the door, fantastic. Right, what I do want to do though is in the y direction, I'd like to enlarge it a bit. So maybe do 1.5. You know what? Let's make it 2. 2. And in the z direction, let's add 1. Right. I'm restarting it. There we go. So an unlocked door, come when it is dark. So good. So good. Okay. That is fantastic. That is so great. So great. Right. Okay. Now for the boxes. The boxes are stage 3. So what we'll have to do is, because let's see here, stage 2 is basically the office door lockpick, and that's it. Stage 3 is the safe, the computer, and the boxes, right? So what we can do for stage 3 is possibly, stage 2 has no models, that's fine. We could do models, we could do boxes, right? Boxes, computers, and safes. So if you have like multiple categories, so if, for example, in stage 1 we had phones and computers then, you know, we'd add those in like mini categories like this. And then where we would say in our threads, where we create interactions on the models, which is at the moment these, all we would do is have it be like this, because we have to change this anyway. It'll be stage 1 dot models, I believe, or model, what do we have it as? Models, yeah, models. So stage 1 dot models would be fine, but we will also need models dot, for example, boxes. Right, that'll be the boxes, and it'll do the same for the computers, etc, etc, etc. So for now, we'll just do stage 1 models. Right, let's get our stage 3 set up. So for our boxes, let's see, these are not hashes at the moment, but they are merely strings, which is fine because QBTarget converts them to hashes automatically. That's fine. For the computer, we have no model, I forgot. And for the safe, we have no model, but for those, we'll have box zones. So what we can do is remove all of that and just do that. And yes, then while the heist is triggered, we will do, we'll have to do a few, right? Maybe we can do S1 models for stage 1 models, local S2 models, it'll just be null because there's no stage 2 models, local S3 models is config dot stage 3 dot models. Okay. Yeah. Best is to duplicate it and just call the execution twice. So for stage 3 models, we'll have stage 3 models. We'll also attempt to take item. Label is search boxes. And we'll have something else there. So what we can do as well, for stage 3 we'll have models, maybe we'll have a label and an icon. And we will fill that out later in the next episode. Stage 2 label, models, label, icon. Right. Okay. So what I want to do is just get that restarted, see if we can enter. We cannot because our door is locked. So I'll have to no clip, which is fine. I just want to head into the office. And I want to try something here real quick. On the box, nothing. On these boxes, absolutely nothing. Maybe restart the script. No. So there are some things we gotta alter, right? But we'll get to that in the very next episode. I'm actually super excited. We're nearly done with this script. I'm really excited to see where this goes, right? So stage 3 interaction, save interaction, computer interaction, we'll finish those still. Because once they are done, we are basically done with the script, right? So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. And if you need any support regarding these scripts or anything else FiveM scripting related, you can find the imagiNix Studios Discord below. You can find me there. I'll help you as soon as I can. And yeah, see you then. See you in the next episode. Cheerio.